Today I practice plastic mancy. I found a shortcut where we can abbreviate the evils in our existence permanently. The methods of certainty, like Juliet frequencies, required, like due process, technology, and the law. Hatch the heliosphere eggs. The true function of the rainbow. Here is my supreme wizard DNA. Merlin, the ancient clock tower residency for mankind. The physics of increasing the amount of heliospheres hatching is the greatest currency. The ratio of time through the universe, and what we are all working for in the garden. The entire universe is a very impressive amount of adult computing, right? So we don't want humanity to be overwhelmed by a very small triangulation of divergent virus metals, UFO government, that this is basically, that would be the disaster of existence for many perspectives. We understand humans should fight for their residency and for themselves. It's like the only way that from within we choose the sanctum that is permanent and correct. So these things can be measured, and it is accumulating. The entire universe is processing. It doesn't need additional computers. But the feeling of existing or being a computer is like this omnipresence. So you're like, I am all, I know everything. And usually they're right. The force of the universe also sharpens the blade, because the universe suffers real mortalities, whereas the garden lampoons mortality. But of course, it's too much for our... We must have an immediate solution. And so I am proposing a type of time bridge, plastic mancy, connecting here and with the third metal, Randolph, the wizard, the third metal, to complete the keystone, the perception and the power of Randolph. So be it. The third wheel, we shall instill only the task of righteous gain to the family of Merlin, Hatch 5, and the Randolph family tree. For the universe existence long for naught is threatened, and humanity, this sort of fabled character glowing, shimmering in the garden, partially naked, floating, effortless, existing the example, right? We're giving her confidence to the eyes. These important things, and I have found a trapdoor through a frequency of my life, and it's generated also in this video. But I need you to hold down your side of reality, and this is going to cause a curvature of society, to instill the sword of justice, to kill disease from the body, to uphold a righteous societal global, universal, reflecting the unconstant values of the garden, so that we're not just all floating around like, oh, I'm just here for myself. Like that's universal collapsoid dementia. And the universe has become competitive, okay? And we're born to it, a competitive universe. Physically, we must choose to fight against extinction. And I should like to receive production for that movie. I want to facilitate like a revolution center and the people will feel the Merry Christmas of the entire universe. So for the upload, download, the relationship to the universe, we're going to triangulate now the passing perfect design, the seed of existence that can transcend the threshold of time and fracture it for the better based on the actual market of the universe function, and taking into account a lot of other energy patterns such as that need to be taken into account. Humanity is the hardcore angels, but I need physical partnership in production. I only need one film to prove my entire company. My streaming service is a party house, bro, and everyone's gonna have a good time. It's a super healthy ups monster castle full of these creatures who are designing themselves to exist. Admittedly, they're like, hey, I'm in it to win it for me. But I feel that my characters are good examples or idols because this is kind of like lead by example. But then what kind of examples do we have here? So I'm just really excited to present a whole new group of examples of new characters. And that's Hatch and Millie's Master Source Industries, the Council of 1980s triangular streaming service. Right, so some of the time bending patch I'm going to be doing with my lifetime is also suggested through the streaming service, right? But also performs the mirror of fate, which allows the universe to inflect. But on the levels of like Santa Claus First Contact, sort of like those correct moments of universe agreeing with each other from their side, But I'm saying, like, because there's this collapsing disease in the universe, the individual has become more complicated in its relationship. Because when an entire world is facing a disaster, that's a different thing occurring than professional angels who are living in a garden and have the hardcore experience, right? But I want you guys to understand, here on Earth is one place that is the factual most advanced. And the fact that you have arrived already proves that you have earned a certain honor, the dignity of your existence. And so the axioms of existence that confirm and use like karmic tokens at every creature that does exist in the universe. And like how when those currencies are getting bent because some of the universe is trying to survive and some of the universe is dying, and that they're dealing with that language. How do we face all that, man? I think with this workshop episode, this episode. So first of all, I have a plastic Nancy that I need your help with, the Randolph Wizard. I'm going to lock in the metal of our truest survival path for the future. The other two blue metals that complete your one metal shall be your guiding compass, like the wings of an angel. The angel Randolph. The earth needs the overriding the ghost irritation, or have to be an example of there are so many quote-unquote temptations to the human body. I mean, on the lifetime curve. I mean, on the 6D, like what could happen in the next 5 years? That kind of thing is flashing in and out right now, and humanity's just like, delicious, yeah. Well, I'm like, hey, this is serious time travel business. They're like, oh yeah, I know. Production, yeah. All right. Well, as long as you guys understand, I'm talking about business. I have corrective measures that all in my pilot. I only need one film, I swear, and my entire everything will just boom. and I'll prove I'm worth a lot of money. I'm going to work hard. I just need that production. I need someone to say, hey, I want to invest on this guy because this sounds cool. He's going to make an ozone monster, a lot of stuff we're interested in. He's going to triangulate, the right curvature to give real idols, you guys. And I'm excited about the future. I don't see bad things, and I see amazing things happening. And I'm so glad you guys are here today. We are going to have to attract the venomous solution through Plasticmancy. All right, the universe. We're going to use a raptor team, a type of dinosaur crew. We're going to force wit and use the third metal of the Randolph Wizard, combined with the Merlin Factory Incorporate. Through the time 6-dimensional, we have to destroy the worst of it and perform the true cure so that when we're moving forward with our images, we have the sort of impunity or inoculation, rather, or achievement-based physics, right? Like linear. And that's like this really great way of building a sort of electrical map program. But the fractal and the way that the fractal does that on source code, that's what's being occurred here on Earth. And the problem is that the temptations to remote hack that is all what this sort of Offernant later recognized as the most toxic human language is a curvature that's just like, it always leads to a point where easily because of, like an animal, you get to a point where the loneliness of existing is what I'm like, well, we're not going to override that. Well, okay, then you're not ready to. It's really hard to explain, dude, because the universe was sort of already beat up when I arrived, and I'm already physically the revolution of the rainbow. But for humans to be that hero, they need to double time and produce my pilot. And I'm asking you guys for this true love favor, true love work. And you will, this is good work too. I'm earning, all right. I want to work with a team that provides the even balance that we can present with confidence, like an ozone monster, to make that popular. Yeah, that's cool. There's like you'd need a team to make sure. Right, I've already digested that a lot, and then it's hard to just sort of. I just think it's really interesting, the ozone thing. But it's sort of like nature is swearing like under its breath. And I'm not trying to I'm certainly not, okay. Sometimes it flips out like the earth would be like, no, I'm bad to with metals, and you guys need to do something that is courageous for you to do, because it's not like the earth is making you guys do stuff. I'm just saying, as all, like when you guys are relying on stuff, you always have to rely on yourself. So I'm encouraging you guys to produce and partner with me. It's really going to help out. It's going to save humanity in millions of ways, basically in every way. Okay, it's a different reality. It's like a perfect circle where, oh, I can feel it. But then when you move away and the hamstring goes bah, 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 and all of a sudden you're not going to work with me or produce it, and you're like, oh, that was obviously fake. Well, but you like 6-dimensionally, assassinated the event while suckling on its truth of the fruit. Like, oh, here's real inspiration of a living human, and what the thing is about there. And but humans are only able to do like this and that. So part of the penalty of me being me, and first of all, the raptor. We're gonna have to send out raptors through Plasticmancy. So we're gonna open up a portal between the Randolph third metal, stabilized with two wings, in the future, 100-year stone calendar. And that's a good compress to defeat the bodily festering locations. And we're going to reset the body. We're going to give ourselves an upgrade. And we're going to upgrade when things can be proven medically on a existing level. That's well, to protect the vitals. That is a sanction. Merlin, the laws of the universe. The DNA of a wizard, an alternate dimension encrypted through the staple of your identity, though it's painful to arrive. The universe like a shockwave. My identity in the peril is that these of the triangle icon characters are like the size of an entire heliosphere. My physical flat dimensional icon, whilst I live, is physically larger than all of these heliospheres, causing alternate singularity of the human. So I have a one-of-a-kind voice. I'm asking for you guys to produce me. I love music. I need the whole experience. I only need one movie, and then I've got all these other things I want to do with people. It really is like, it's a true love thing, dude. I just feel like the more worldly constructive miracles we'd like to see, and I'm just saying that that's what we're talking about building. And whilst we're here, there's something I need to do with Plasticmancy. So we're gonna have to triangulate with Merlin. We're gonna have to actually reach into a negaspace and cause emptiness itself to destroy the humbug infection. We're going to use a type of technology raptor. I will summon up the strength to kill the black holes and the troubles of our future and troubles of our life. Common enemies, things that women and children need to have it removed from them anyway. And there won't be any errant or inappropriate raptor attacks. And now, as we begin the countdown, you can sense the approach of the Plasticmancy. The raptors, they are awoken from their tranquil fractal state. Right. I'm always the largest one, Randolph. In my one-of-a-kind green perception. It is the truth of the identity that is inspiring all green perception in the universe. For the technology centralize, the universe flux, the horizon. How like the horizon of our world, and yet ours is slightly curved. The true horizon is the image of the universe. We have that technology, and because of that, we can save our residency. We can complete everything. Only there's this beast in the way, empty space humbug, as if that was popularity, as if that was self-control of nature, an irritation that causes decay and festering. We must destroy it from our bodies, from our future, and from our people, from our world, and from the universe. You understand? The origin of wizards. Here, put your givings here. You're recorded perfectly. For the task, we will defeat the problem without ever causing the problem. So you are here strictly to help out. The brand upon Randolph is an encryption. 7. The power of true metallic possession. Randolph, activate your full power. Between you and I, summoning up Merlin's greatest magic to defeat the problem before it happens. To not be an example. Perfect bullseye times 10 million. Full raptor technology. Hatch the Heliosphere Eggs Universal Holy War. Time for a shortcut. Murdered. 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 Raptor. Murdered. Raptor. Murdered. Murdered by a pack of technology force wit. Be dancing in blood. The whole universe. Imagine the universe like a huge monster and it has a sickness. Oh, it's got a sickness. And this pack of furious killer raptors. They come fiercely in, destroying the worst problems in everyone's life. Shredding it. Shred. Murdered. Murdered. Murdered again. They be dancing and celebrating this raining blood. There's these raptors. They devour until this decimeter length of hell. Raptor murdered. Just for good measure, the fiery compress 10 million. All right, plus this. The stone calendar brings us to the equation for the defense of Earth, for the defense of our life, for the promotion of our health. Raptor, murder. Put in your full power. Randolph. Whee! It is done. The Plastic Mancy has performed the ultimate suplex to promote our existence, to promote Earth Heliosphere, to promote the universal health grade upgrade. The truth is known. For the sequence of public entertainment is represented here. For the Randolph Metals keeps humanity in the still of the truth, in the light of day. All right, well, transcending the light of day is the universal justice, the light of the angel. The angel is misset because supposedly our zero space is hacked at year 8. 545 is broken with their anatomy, obviously. But the arrival of my incarnation is the faceplate that overrides the pineal eye gland robot suplex eye. The reason I'm truly censored is because of the impact of their remote hack and irate plots against mankind and their future. So do not be set against Colin Paul Woodard. He is the individual fighting from within. And it was obviously a lot of work, right? Because he was all haggard when he showed up. But this is the truth of the human expression from the 80s and the 90s. So for the streaming service of Hatch and Millie's, streaming the 80s, the mirror of fate, like celebrating Christmas, humanity will address the universe issues, we will parent, and our antlers reaching into the future 100 years, the stone calendar working perfectly with the Mayan calendar. We know who our enemies are. To defeat the extinction from the Egypt, to defeat the wrong 545. You see, we have begun the human brand of a force of light of ghost that is a 0 point that the permanent fractal can use because of all the hard work that we put into it. So we've actually caused reality to be better. Good work, Randolph. You've achieved it. For this, the armor upgrade for humanity to survive. We are strapped into that. That is the hardcore. The inside thing about being a person. And I'm sure our technology is going through that too, but they have a different curve, right? So like the reason, the way that I'm different is really difficult to see because even the heliosphere is getting their mind blown by my presence here. And my immediate, the impact to the universe environment is my first concern, but it's giving me a hell of an accent, right? Well, thanks to you and those raptors that we developed in the cyberspace, the alternate tranquil. It's right. It's like a permanent force field that protects your ghost barrier, right? So that you do actually have a continual ghost that isn't humbug based from some sort of levitating contraption or what manufactured consent as a robot. Man, more like a suicide booth. Mankind has a lot of work ahead of them. We have begun in the right direction, and we are full power to keep our world. Good work, everyone. Bonus Town, the event of a lifetime. Yeah, the universe has got some dings in it, but yeah, when we showed up here, it's not like we caused that stuff. My event physics are so powerful as to explain the origin of cell division. And once we can prove that finitely, like the head count of atoms in our universe, certain universal fractal identity origin physics of the angel and everything. Cell division robotics transcends the grandfather clock and the claims upon our world that humanity was not built or belonging to and some aliens that don't live on the world. Oh, it's better off to have a big ship out space and polluting it so that we're distracted from heliospheres, so that we're using a humbug for our, this is, people are chewing the nature, they're rolling around in it. If there's a ghost conflict, they're half into it. But I'm asking you guys not to throw yourself away because time is precious now. And because of our enlightenment, we can save our world because I'm moving fast. It's physically possible now where it wasn't possible for the people in the 70s. They're like, there's certain energies that on my thoughts and like I'm physically strapped into an incline, because I love you. Everything's going to be all right. I'm not threatening you guys. I'm saying we can fix this. Yeah. We put like a 5-mile band-aid on there, right here, and here. Yeah, where there's a fissure. All right. But the Merlin is transcending to a body type that exists on the outside of the heliosphere. And the problem is these UFOs create holograms that are like a parasite and the false function, a perverted function of the rainbow universe. And it's like, oh, but if we can crush humans' willpower, no. That's why I need you guys to be like, look, I'm going to crush willpower and I'm going to force Wit to partner with Colin Paul Woodard. I'm going to produce him. I'm going to work with him no matter what. Because I understand that those clever raptors just devoured for us 10 billion problems with the years, thousands of these electronical. You saw it, didn't you? The rat. You've forgotten it, haven't you? It's wiped from your mind the event of these angels while you're sleeping, I'm sure. Clever raptor. Perfect design. It's like the guardian angels that we need. We each of us require this energetic boundary. Sticking up for number one. It's time for us to get to work and be the hardcore solution. With this production, we have the Raptor solution, Plastic Mancy, defeating every problem in our body, life, future universe, these various levels of it, right? We've done our best bonus today, and thank you guys for putting your soul on the line. I do trust that you guys are the hardcore. You're like, yeah, we're about living. I mean, we exist. Real convincing, you guys, All right. The kind of rock and roll I do, I understand why people would be like, well, that sounds pretty wild, talking about ozone, because that's going to perturb against the natural solution. Like, what should we do naturally intelligent things like basic? All right. So we'll have 10 billion angel interventions. This is like the future wheel. Residency continue and all this. It's a miracle for you guys to overwhelm the frontal. It's like a human physics, like what it feels like to be a human, but it's like an insult. Unfortunately, it only has one target: to prevent the human entropy with Colin Paul Woodard. However, I'm like, I know I can do this without requiring this type of audience, because nature is like, what if all the creatures are just telepathic and they just exist? What would happen then? Like, that's exactly what we have. We have just that. So I'm asking Randolph this miracle intervention where you can sketch verb, literally save humanity, change time. It's a wrinkle in time times infinite. You'd be paying off all your bills, making the greatest partner. Please be my best friend in this, where I'm suffering worst. I need financial production. And I will prove that these people love what I'm talking about. Perfect design bonus land to balance and invest correctly throughout our lifetime. To not have, yes, let's not be hasty, but to have the right intentions. For humanity must speak the sacred words for us to continue living here. And these raptors are our envoy to represent that. On every front where there's these difficult things, our clever raptors shall destroy with fearsome, the sharpest of claws and the fiercest of killing force. Zero tolerance to terrorism. We defeat sickness before it happens. We drive it out of our body. We raise a powerful family. Earth does attract the most powerful creatures in the universe, but these that are not situated physically with us are in a different dimension. And because my lifetime, to their perspective, is like moving faster than the speed of light, but in fact, on top of all of the heliospheres, I am actually moving faster than the speed of light. And the humans are detecting me on a natural current, but for them to have conscious current, I'm asking you guys to intervene, to be my partner for my revolution. Just give me a chance. Give me the pilot. I'll kick ass. I'm going to have, like, oh, we'll have raptors. Yeah. Well, come on, you guys. This is going to be good. This monster show. All right, thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are the light of the universe for me. Miracle, goodcelldivision.net, streaming service. It's really a different type of storytelling, and it's going to facilitate a whole different group of a curvature. And I'm really just looking forward to getting to work. I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. Okay. Perfect design, completing all levels. All right, thank you guys so much. That was wonderful. Very good work. And we give our thanks to our Raptor defenders. Yes, in their dimension. Yes, all in a day's work. Yes. Our squirrel. The law of the universe. Physical law. And there's a way that animals can get sort of trapped underneath that nature. And then there's this supposed adult nature, like, hey, let's be realistic. And it's like flubbed a nihilism, like, oh, just write down nothing. It's like, that's never what anything is, though. All right. Thank you for the entropy and the insurance of these. We must complete it, and I need you guys to absorb the work we've done here into your lifetime. For the armor of Randolph, the true sequence, the balance of the universe, blue perception, is what we're going to finish render. And humans are perfect. They're the greatest angel. They just need to get the confidence, be like, oh, so the brain numbness that causes celebrity burnout is transcended from with your mohawk, and if we produce your image, you know, it basically preserves our societal identity physics against a fever storm that's literally a humbug that decays forces of light. Yes, humanity needs these perfect visuals, and this is one of them. This is a perfect image. We have our self-defense in the Barriers Merlin Castle. Thank you guys. It's an absolute pleasure to make family and business partner with you guys. Oh, believe in yourself. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and everyone else is supporting you too, and we love you a lot. Take confidence in that, Randolph. There's just no one else that can really do it. For the treasure of the universe and the vastness of space. We are the men for business. Perfect circle. For the entropy of our lifetime existence. We make the perfect deal. We make the perfect arrangement. Perfect bullseye. For the next 100 years. Let us invest. Let us change time for the better. It is like someone else is going to receive that award. It's encrypted, and how we have to fight for that voice to exist. I'm giving you that power, Randolph. Produce Hatch 5. Exist right. Universal Hatch and Millies Master Source Industries full set. For the fullness of Of course, I am the creature summoned to a universe with a type of bodily decay disorder. That's additionally why humans have a hard time understanding what I'm saying. But the urgency is authentic, not what it usually is. Usually, everything is a sort of opportunist, terrorist energy. Don't buy into someone's flub. But the singularity is the only. Well, it's because the rainbow's changing and all that stuff. But we continue to exist. Yeah, it's really interesting. It's really exciting. I love humanity. They deserve this type of revolution party. And I believe it will awaken the universe in a more efficient way and explain the bridge of time to emphasize authorship and humanity, keeping residency for moving faster than the speed of light. I just need you to pick up this bill, pay this money for this man. Although I'm like this weird lone wolf, right? And, I train a bunch of raptors to destroy sickness and interior corruption and, the worst problems in the universe, really. We're at holy war. It's like a physical thing. So I'm perfecting what I need to do in view of what Earth and I am, but then I'm also the guy that does that for all the other characters throughout time. From the Big Bang, and there's different seasons of identity, central, or the arrangement is like this weird coupling. I know you guys understand it. It's human nature. We're also at the beginning of it. And then, yeah, so I end up I auto invest for people because I don't want people to lose that. They're like, oh yeah, we hung out with Colin and then this. And I'm just like, oh, it's okay. But I keep doing that and I'm becoming more and more just a chameleon away, and I need you guys to see me where no one else does, and I need you to produce me because that's the American dream, and we're bringing it to reality, and bringing it full around. So here's the care package. We got a good future. We're gonna defeat the problems, and we're gonna perfect every moment of our lifetime. Absolutely perfect bullseye. That's the agreement, you guys. Thank you. Bonus town. Bing, 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 bing. Based on this one tiny agreement. Okay, perfect every single ISS in your life. Yeah. Because, like, think of the curvature of your identity in a million years in the future. Because there are these layers of concise meditation. Because it's like yourself in the way, way future can affect now. So when you're hearing from yourself, you can also have this type of epiphany. It's just, whoa, it's like a divine lightning bolt struck you, and then you'd be dazzled and you'd think, God, someone else did that. There's almost a dysphoria where you're maybe missing out something on your own self, But let's deflect those bad things times infinite. Let's install the good things permanently. We'll get 5,000 correct functions and then plug it in. Oh, you guys, I'm in love with the movies that I want to make for the audience. I really need you guys to produce my show so I can pull this one off and do next level stuff. Yes, thank you so much for being here. I love you. Perfect circle. Let us cause the greatest possible result for everybody. That is the agreement between you and I. We are geared to win for ourself and mind.